Hello everyone. So today I have a Wukong full game commentary, and this Darius was waiting for me inside the bush to cheese, so I kind of died level 1, which really sucks because as Wukong versus Darius, you don't want to fight him level 1. You can start fighting him after level 3, level 4, but early game you don't want to fight him because early game his passive bleed damage stacks up for a decent amount of damage. Once you get a couple of levels, you can start ignoring his damage. You still gotta dodge his Q though, but other than that, should be fine. But yeah, unfortunately for me, I got cheese level 1. The dude was waiting for me inside the bush, so that sucks. So, yeah, I guess I knew that I was against the Darius, so I decided to record myself playing to showcase how you play against Darius. It is, in my opinion, one of the hardest matchups for Wukong alongside Renekton, Pantheon, and Maokai. Um, for most of those champions, they do insane amount of damage. For example, Darius, Renekton, they have healings, they have sustain while doing insane amount of damage. And another one is Maokai, like those kind of champions who just have way too much CC and they don't freaking die. They can just rush Sunfire Cave first item. Another one is Poppy, Scion,
Okay, I'm dead. Fuck me.
like those kind of champions. Okay, so
Interesting.
over here, right, you will see that
Okay, I'm
Darius
dead.
wastes
Fuck
his
me.
Q, and I immediately go in. After that, I use my W to drop the minion aggro, and because I had a huge minion wave. Okay, so all of this, all right, leads up to the trade. I'm gonna go back a little bit further on, actually. So I die, I come back, and look at this. Look at how many minions I have. I actually have more minions than the Darius. So what I want to do is I want to set up a slow push. And a slow push is basically like I kind of kill those minions, but I kill them slowly. I don't want to set up a freeze. I just want to set up a slow push. And because I have a slow push, once Darius comes back, right, I will have more minions than he will have minions. So if I do decide to take a trade against him, I will have a better trade. And that is exactly what I do. So all of this, it sets up. So that's why it's really, really important. All right, you see here, right? You see right here? Let's count the minions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Darius. How many minions do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus the cannon minion. So this is what we call a slow push. A slow push is okay if you want to take trades against your opponent. However, the problem with setting up slow pushes is that your lane's going to push, obviously, and you're susceptible to getting ganked. So it's kind of like a trade-off that you have to make, right? So it's up to you to make the decision, is it worth for me to set up a slow push, or is it not worth for me to set up a slow push? And either way, like Darius is the kind of champion, right, that is really, really strong in lane. So you need to kind of have like a minion advantage or like a summoner skills advantage or him wasting a skill, right? Like a skill cooldown advantage. These kind of things to have a favorable trade. So again, right, I set up a minion with like a slow push. All of that is to set up for the favorable trade against Darius. If I still had my ignite, I would have
Okay, I'm dead.
probably killed
Fuck
him.
me.
Again, use W to drop minion aggro, and
Interesting.
yeah, just like that. And then he's low. And then I messed up over here. I actually canceled one of my autos. You'll see. Yeah, you see right there? Um,
Interesting.
I flash in, and I just EQ. I just EQ'd immediately. In reality, what I should have done is E auto Q, which would have procced my Thunderlord, as well as have an extra auto attack in. So Darius would have died. That was the only reason why I flashed in the first place. So that was a misplay on my part, which is unfortunate. And another thing against Darius is you kind of want to stack Doran's Blade, at least 2 Doran's Blades, so you guarantee that you don't lose lane. Basically, when you build Doran's Blade, it's really, really efficient early game. However, the problem with building Doran's Blade is that you delay your core builds. So it's kind of like a trade-off again. You have to decide, is it worth it for me to delay my core build so I can go for Doran's Blades? And in this case against Darius, it's worth it because it pretty much guarantees that I will not lose lane. Okay, so he comes back. I know that he has no flash, so again, use W to drop minion aggro, and then just keep autoing him. I could have killed him right here, actually, if I just kept walking alongside him and wait for my E cooldown while autoing him. But the problem is, I did not know where Graves is, so that's why I didn't go for the all-in. But now I see that Graves is mid. I can't wait
Are
to
you
go for an
kidding me?
all-in. Once he wastes his Q, I can go in for an all-in.
Fuck me.
But right now, I decide to not go for an
Watch
all-in
out, Graves is probably
because
coming top lane. I mean, he's gonna just push him.
he has more minions. So if I go in, I'm gonna get slowed, and then I'm gonna tank a lot of minion damage. So that's why I decided to not go. Over here, he wastes his Q, I go in immediately for a trade, and that's a good trade. And then unfortunately for me, he tagged me right here with a Q. Over here I have Ignite up, so I just go in and kill him. So this is an example of how to win an unfavorable matchup. And basically you have to manipulate the minions to your advantage. And you have to take advantage of, um, you know, having a cooldown advantage, a summoner's spell advantage, etc., etc. Okay, so over here I decided to get a second Doran's Blade, so I guarantee that I do not lose lane. Because once again, Doran's Blade are really efficient, gives you a lot of good stats for early game. It gives you flat HP, which is really, really huge in lane, as well as AD and lifesteal. So if you stack 2 of those, you pretty much guarantee that you don't lose lane. The problem is you don't want to stack too many longswords. You don't want to go for like 3 or 4 longswords. Not longswords. Doran's Blades. Because they take up slots in your inventory. Again, he wastes his Q, I automatically go in for a good trade. And then I know that he has no flash, so I just all in him. But unfortunately, he healed back up with his Q. So I just tower dive him. Easy. And I survive with 3 HP. Right here, Karma's missing, so I just go back. I really wanted to push this in, but it's too greedy. Yeah, you see, right here I have a problem, right? Like, because I went to Doran's Blade, yeah, to Darius Blade, I don't have a slot to buy another longsword, so I just had to wait. At this point, the lane is pretty much won because I'm upping CS and I'm upping kills as well. I wanted to tell this Lee Sin to back off because I don't really need ganks because I'm winning lane, but you see later on, Lee Sin gets a really good counter gank off, which pretty much guarantees the lane. I told him to back off because I don't have my ulti, so I don't want to fight him right now, but yeah, Lee Sin really wanted to gank top apparently. I have my ulti coming up as well as my ignite, so if Darius uses his Q, I will go in and all in him. Over here, Lee Sin comes in, so I just straight up all in him.
MIA. Karma's coming for you.
But yeah, that was a really good gank.
She's right here.
And now it just pretty much guarantees the lane. Like, there's no way for Darius to make a comeback now.
Why does she have fucking exhaust?
Yeah, my friend was raging.
What the fuck? What the
Unfortunately.
fuck grabs exhaust?
Yeah, so he rages because he got outplayed by Karma with exhaust.
I'm so tilted. What the fuck is this? Who the fuck grabs exhaust mid? What the fuck is exhaust?
Yeah, so you want to go for the armor pen item first. Always, always. If you're winning lane really, really hard, now I even think that rushing Tiamat isn't the best choice. You should go Seredic Dirk if you're winning lane really hard. First item. And try to go for Ghostblade first item because it's going to give you armor pen. So it's going to give you a lot of burst damage so you can keep killing them. As well as Tiamat auto pushes your lane. So you can't really freeze end zone. So if you go with Seredic Dirk, not only are you going to have better trades and better all-ins, you'll also be able to zone people. And right here I just wait for Darius in the bush. Darius is dumb. Again, auto Q first. If I had my ulti, he was dead. And Grace showed up, so I just back off.
Oh my fucking god.
But yeah, when someone's like face checking you, when you don't need to gap close against them, you always want to start with your auto first. So you want to auto Q, auto E. That is the combo. And if I had ulti, he was dead. Because he had no flash, but, you know. Yeah, you see how much damage Seredic Dirk does? It's insane. And then, right here, this Graves just stupid, so I just kill him. And miss the CS, obviously. So at this point, there's no way for this Darius to come back. So again, just to summarize, right? Against Darius, you don't want to fight him early game because his passive is just way too much damage early game. However, once you get level 3, level 4, and then you can start trading against him, as long as he wastes his Q or you dodge his Q. So that is pretty much the matchup against Darius. And now once you're winning lane as Wukong, you just keep living top lane and just keep split pushing because your ulti is AoE damage. So if you do get ganked, you probably trade 1 for 1. Or, you know, you can just start grouping with your team and start doing team fights because your ulti is massive. And especially if you're ahead, you're gonna kill a lot of people. So over here, I decide to just push top because I really want to get top tower. My team is fighting mid, but I don't really care. As long as Darius is not here, I want to take this tower before I group up with my team. Alright, I took the tower. Now I'm gonna farm this wave out, and then I'll probably go back and then group up with my team. Okay, I decided to stay for greed. I don't have ulti, I don't have flash. This is actually a really bad idea. Over here, I was waiting for my clone. This is a really good play. So I used my ulti to get movement speed, and then I ignited her to stop her back, and then I just kill her. Now their whole team is coming after me, so I have to run. I would like the red buff, but unfortunately I can't take it. So yeah. You see like Darius was Frank right there. Okay, so you always want to get Ghostblade first item. It's just such a huge power spike for Wukong. Because of that armor pen as well as that movement speed, it just allows you to like initiate way better and also gives you huge bursts so you can just keep killing the enemy like
Oh my god, I'm so bad.
keep killing the enemy squishies
Oh, what the fuck was
and
that
you just
arrow?
keep getting
National
fed.
arrow?
Yeah, over here I was being dumb. Yeah, I was being dumb and I died as a result, which sucks. Wait, is it over here? Oh no, it's not over here. My bad. But later on, I died because I BM people. So you'll see later on. But yeah, yeah, I'm still level 6 Wukong on this account because I can't afford level 7. I don't have enough blue essence, which really sucks. For example, right now my team is all bottom, pushing bottom, right? I see that the whole enemy team is going bottom, so I push up top. I try to generate some pressure top, so I relieve some pressure from my team, bottom lane. While I wait for my minions to push up, I farm the enemy jungle. That's how you maximize your farm, that's how you stay ahead in experience and gold lead, etc, etc. Now I see that Darius shows up, I'm just gonna back off. I don't want to tower dive him. But you see that because I push up top lane, Darius had to go top lane instead of going bottom and help his team. So that's what I mean by generating pressure and relieving pressure from my team. Even though my team died because they overextended, they didn't die for nothing. Like when, for example, right, like you're split pushing bottom, right, and there's like 4 people on your ass, and then your team just like farms the jungle, right? Oh, like right here I BM and I just get hooked because I didn't have
Should you really be doing that?
I didn't have my clone up, so I should have not BM right there. If I had my clone up, I could have BM because I would have just dodged the hook with my clone. But yeah, that was my bad.
No, no, no. I don't think that's the right term for you, bro. You're called Gucci.
Yeah, so you want to get Tiamat for that wave clear, but you don't want to necessarily finish Hydra.
You
Unless
don't need to say
you're
that.
against a tank or
Shut up, huh?
something, and in order to fight them, right? Because you can't burst them down, right? You need the lifesteal
Uh,
to fight them. So that's when you would
well,
get
yeah, true. You were becoming
that's when you would get Hydra for the
got a little
lifesteal.
too cocky, I
In
guess.
this kind of case, when you're winning really, really hard, you just want to go straight up Ghostblade into Black Cleaver. That's gonna allow
True
you to do the
dick? Is
most
that what it says?
burst.
I have filter on for some reason. Wow.
Like Tiamat just allows you to push lanes so fast. Just allows you to farm so good, so efficiently. You're gonna like have so much farm because of Tiamat. But I always want to get Ghostblade first item, always, always. It's just way too good to not get it. Yeah, I see, like, even if I'm 2v1ing, just because I have my ulti, I can trade 1 for 1. And if my team were pressuring somewhere else, they could have potentially gotten a tower because, you know, um, there were 2 people top. Like, their ADC and their tank was top lane. That's all there is to it. But unfortunately for me, my team was not pressuring, so yeah. You see how I have, like, the highest farm in the whole game? Just because I had Tiamat. Even though I died, like, so many times. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that Tiamat Lee Sin build, honestly. Alright, again, so right now, because my team is fed as well, they don't really need me for team fights. So what I can do is just generate pressure for my team. Someone on the enemy team has to respond. If it's not Darius, I can pretty much one-shot them. If it is Darius, I can just ignore Darius and just leave. If it's 2 or 3 more people, I can potentially trade 1 for 1. And because, again, my team is fed, they don't really need me to team fight. So I don't have to group up. Unless I feel like grouping up. Right now, I feel like grouping up because I have my flash. I have level 2 ulti. I am really, really, really strong. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look for that clone in with Ghostblade movement speed and into a flash engage right onto their backline and just one-shot their backline. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm grouping up with my team. That's why I'm like staying in the fog of war, waiting to clone in, and then like just flash on them. But over here, like, Ari goes in and baits, and I just go in. Unfortunately, like, I got silenced, so I couldn't flash E. But yeah, so, yeah, I fucked up my engage because I got silenced. But it worked out, because, yeah. And over here, I go for the Ashe. Pop Ghostblade for the movement speed. I flashed in for the Ashe's worth because it allowed us to secure the tower with no contest. No contest. And then we can secure Baron, not Baron, Dragon with no contest. And that's pretty much it. Go over here, trying to get a blue buff, but blue buff's not up. Get the plant, get some HP back, and then just do Dragon. Use your clone to tank. I just get like knocked up for days. But yeah, we got the fire dragon, so that was worth. And once you get Black Cleaver, you have 2 choices. Either you want to go for Sterak's Gauge, or you want to go for Hydra. Now, I decided to go for Hydra, the lifesteal item this game, because I am really, really fed. And because the fact that I'm fed, it allows me to just straight up burst down the enemy team. So I don't need the extra tankiness from Sterak's Gauge. And lifesteal will allow me to stay in the fight longer. So that's why I decided to go for Hydra. You want to go for Sterak's Gauge when you are kind of losing or you're going even, right? Your team isn't winning necessarily. So you need the shield, you need the extra tankiness to stay in team fights so you can ult for longer. That's when you go for Sterak's Gauge. But in this case, right, I'm really far ahead. My team's really far ahead. I don't need the tankiness. I can just get the Hydra for the lifesteal. So yeah, a little bit more BM. I don't know what this Ashe is doing. Like, this Ashe is stupid. Again, when you're close to them, when you don't need to gap close, just want to run right next to them, auto Q, and then E. Because your Q is gonna drop their armor, so your E is gonna do more damage. And once you gap close with their E, right, like either they're gonna flash away or they just start running. You gap close with their E, you can do another combo of auto Q. So that's why it's really good. And when you don't need to gap close, you always want to start with auto Q. That's your combo. If you need to gap close, you want to E auto Q. That is your combo. Anyway, going back up top, farm some more. I have ulti coming up, so we can fight this. And this Blitzcrank just dies straight up because I just do way too much damage. Yeah, this Ashe right here. Yeah, I didn't want to get Ashe arrowed. That's why I didn't want to go too deep. But once I know that Ashe arrow is down, I can just go really aggressively. If I had Sterak's Gauge completed, I would have went deep, no problem, because I would have survived easily with Sterak's Gauge. So now we just get a free tower. Never mind, their whole team just shows up. Yeah, that's how much damage you do. And if you combo that with an ulti knockup, they're pretty much guaranteed to be dead. That's why you want to always rush Ghostblade Black Cleaver. You just do so much damage, and it allows you to snowball. Okay, now I got my lifesteal item, and I'm going for Sterak's Gauge now. After I get Sterak's Gauge, I can go deep whenever I want. And the last item is GA. Once you get GA and Sterak's Gauge, you can just go balls deep all the time. And there's like, you survive for so long, you pretty much can get your full ulti off, which is 4 seconds, like really high 80 scaling, just do AoE damage, just be a boss. And then after your ulti is done, you just come back, you just E auto Q and you lifesteal up. It used to be a lot better when Ghostblade gave attack speed on Wukong because it just allows you to auto more and just lifesteal more. I have flash, so I'm not afraid of these kids. I'm just waiting for them, just waiting for Ashe to use his arrow. Just like come out of tower range just a little bit. I just flash up on them and just kill them easy. Now, like, their tank is dead, their damage is dead. Like, free tower, freeing him. Nothing they can do. No counterplay. Now we just go for the free dragon. And after we get the free dragon, we're gonna go back, buy our items, reset, and then just try to play around the side lanes because mid's automatically pushing, so we try to play around the side lanes and then go for Baron afterwards. Over here, I'm just like sitting here in the bush, waiting to see if like anyone's gonna face check me and try to get a free kill. Like Ashe sees me, so I just stand here and BM. Yeah, I get Ash ulted, so I can't combo. If I didn't get Ash ulted, if I just like gap closed on her, I would have one shot her, not even needing like ulti because I had ignite. But because I got stunned mid dash, I couldn't gap close fully. So yeah. So now my team is push up bottom. What I want to do in this case is I want to push up mid and generate pressure mid because it's too late to push up top, right? You see how top right here? It's only there instead of here, right? But mid lane, the minions are already in their base. So I want to push up mid and then flank them from behind while generating pressure mid. So someone has to come mid and stop me. And we split them up. You see how Graves is in the back, right? So we just split them up effectively. And then we just fuck them. Yeah, I got like Darius pulled thing, like the displacement thing. It canceled at least two of my autos, which is why I couldn't kill them fast enough and I just died, which is really unfortunate. So I have Serax Gauge. Game's over at this point because I can just go deep whenever I want and there's nothing they can do about it. I have 368 AD. While being like, I have 2,500 HP, but Serax Gauge using like a 400 HP shield. So effectively I have around like 3,000 HP. And if I lifesteal, it's a little bit more than that. So I do so much damage and I'm really, really tanky. And over here my team throws. Like, they try to do Baron like 3 people without a tank. So yeah. Now they go and do it. That is fine because there's 2 people mid lane for on the enemy team. So that they once they react, they're gonna be late. So this is fine. And once they react, I'm gonna be here to back up my team. Okay, just go on Ash, just instantly kill her. Like nothing she can do. Like my Passer's cage isn't even popped yet. Yeah. So we have Baron now. There's like 3 people dead on the enemy team. It's pretty much GG at this point. Just run into their base basically. We have 2 super minion waves pushing in. So yeah, that's how you play against Darius. Once again, you know, just either okay? Either try to get a
Tilted, dude. That's fuck. Legit. Every single time that fucking Karma like snares me, right, and throws her Q, I legit lag. Super tilting.
yeah.
Like I am tilted to death right now because as soon as you know how she has her snare, right? She does a fucking EQ combo on fucking FPS drops to 20. I'm like, and every single time you go in ulti and there's a team fight, 10 FPS. How do you want me to play with that? I don't.
Well, it's okay, man.
Hold on. I wish I didn't have to feel so hard.
Okay, well, that's how you lane against Darius. You just wait for his Q, try to bait it out, and then you just fuck him. Easy. Yeah, and also either you try to get a push going level 1, so you have a minion advantage, then you can trade with him starting from level 1 and onwards. If not, try to bait out his Q, try to bait out his skills, and then go in when you have a skills advantage, when you have a cooldown advantage, or try to set up for a slow push so you have a minions advantage. That is pretty much how you win against Darius or how you win against um, any kind of unfavorable matchups.